without VAR, the championship to watch has just become, I think, one of the most entertaining leagues in football. I want to know what changes you would make to VAR.
JJ Okocha want to contest for the position of NFF president. What are the supports is likely to get from you and your other estimates?
They want to know how to become a great player like you.
Welcome back to Global Football Insights, where legends talk football like nowhere else. Today we're flipping the script. The fans are in charge with their burning questions for Sunday Oliseh. And after that, we'll take a tour of Europe to break down some of the biggest managerial and title race stories.
Hey, Sonny, it's Alex here. I'm a Leicester City fan, and the question I have for you is about VAR. We've had 4 games into this championship season, and 2 seasons ago we were in the championship. And without VAR, the championship to watch has just become, I think, one of the most entertaining leagues in football. I really do. I still watch the Premier League every week, and every week I get frustrated with the stoppages, with the breaks in the game, with VAR taking over, and also taking away goals that are for very minute situations. There shouldn't be a debate. I think the change would be to really change it to clear and obvious. Then clear and obvious should be debated with the VAR staff under 30 seconds. Because if it's clear and obvious, then you don't need a long time to debate it. I want to know what changes you would make to VAR in the Premier League. Realistically, I don't think that they can get rid of it. So I would be interested in what you would change to make it better. Cheers, Sonny.
Yeah, I think I want to agree with Alex there. And a lot of European fans, not just European fans, African fans too, who love football, have been complaining about how VAR has been sucking the joy and the life out of football. Now, do you think VAR is improving the game, or has it just, made the game quite boring?
Well, you can see that Alex Stevens is a fanatical Leicester fan.
Yeah.
The video's assistant referee was put out there to eliminate mistakes. But the problem is that by the rules, the VAR is not supposed to be time specific. It's not supposed to be based on time to make it quick for the game itself. The essence is to make sure to get it right. And that's why it takes some time. And the VAR can only be triggered by the referee on the pitch. The referee still continues to be the boss. He's still the one who takes the final decision. They will advise him in his ears, but he decides, is it worth taking a look at or not? So from Alex's question, the frustration is there, not only for Alex. The frustration is for most people. But one funny thing about VAR, Toyosi, is that when it favors you, everybody likes VAR.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't favor your team, or it goes against you, that is when
it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's horrible. Now, if you look at how many matches that Liverpool were helped, I think the last season from a club.
Last season, yeah. And there've been some complaints this season too.
Already. So you see, you will never hear a Liverpool fan complain. But you will hear the opponents complain, which is normal.
Especially Arsenal fans.
Well, there you're hitting the nail somewhere. First thing you must accept, in my opinion, if you want to progress in life, is that change is inevitable. Change will always come. And VAR is a change, and it is there to stay. It will not leave. Just take VAR as the red card. It will always be there. So, secondly, what I feel that could be improved is the timing.
Yeah.
I think the time management has to be quicker. I might go a bit radical and say that what is stopping us from introducing artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence will make it quicker. And I think that one will make it win some time. The problem people are having is the time. It is taking too much time. So I hope that
you
answers...
mentioned...
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short. You mentioned artificial intelligence. I think artificial intelligence has already been integrated when it comes to the offside rules and all that.
Well, the VAR is basically for 4 things. 1, to decide a goal or no goal. 2, to decide a red card or not a red card.
Or no red card, yeah.
Okay. Then the third one also is also to decide, identity. Don't make mistakes as regards identity.
Yeah.
And then the offside. Those are the basic four principles that affects every other thing is out of VR. But I feel introducing artificial intelligence,
AI.
it makes it quicker. As the game is starting, AI is already is going with the game. So that means once anything happens, it will just
In real time.
It's in real time. It's already analyzing. So when you consult it, it will already have it there for you. I think that would be an introduction. But look, I am blessed to be part of the International Football Association board, but I'm speaking here as Sunday Oliseh. I'm not speaking as an IFAB member or a FIFA member. No, this is how I say it. And who knows? Maybe if I get an opportunity, I might throw that into the basket.
Maybe.
I feel that VAR takes away the joy and the pleasure of the human error.
True.
That human error, be it positive or negative, I think it's one thing that we need in football.
Yeah, the controversy adds spice, sort of.
Thank you. It makes us always have something to complain about.
Yeah, we always something to banter and argue about. Yeah.
Especially those of us who find ourselves in a losing position. Then you have an excuse to you have an excuse to push yourself.
You have someone to pin that loss on.
Exactly. I think it might not be bad to maybe relax it a bit so that give us
maybe.
But then again, it will
I think the technology is beginning to take over everything, and the natural effect of things are not as before.
But that's why I was telling you that change is something we must take in. There's technology. There's technology in everything now. These days. So,
are we going to start seeing AI players now? Because I fear that's where we'll get to.
I think very soon we'll start having VAR players.
Okay.
Hi, Sonny. My name is Edema Fuludu. Good podcast you're doing. We're enjoying it. I just want to ask a simple question. FIFA is concerned with football development all over the world, right? But I'm wondering what happens in sub-Saharan Africa, because I don't understand that grants are given for infrastructural development, yet nothing happens in sub-Saharan Africa, and there are no consequences. Is this a paradox? I want you guys to talk about it. Thank you very much.
I think I would agree with him too, as well. And from your global experience, why is this happening? How do we break that cycle?
The cycle has already been broken. The humans are the one that are putting the clog in the wheel of progress. It might shock you, but there have been in the past years 114 projects that have already been sponsored in Africa to try to help develop developments. It is something that every federation is entitled to. The 211 members of FIFA are entitled to development grants, but you have to apply for it, which is one. Two, you have to need it. You can't expect FIFA to start building infrastructures in the United States of America. They don't need it. They can afford it. You can't expect them to start building it in the UK. They don't need it. So most of these projects are mostly being done in Asia, Africa, North America, and South America. Those the countries who are poor. We know those who need it. But there is one other hiccup. The hiccup is this. If you are going to be entitled to this, there must be serious transparency in what you're doing. You must be open that if FIFA is going to help you out with money to develop your infrastructures, you must be open that you will have external auditing.
Yeah, accountability.
Does that make sense to you why sometimes some of us don't benefit from it? Because the accountability has to be there. If you cannot complain that FIFA is not helping you, no. The money that FIFA has is not as if it belongs to FIFA. FIFA is like a custodian of money for all the federations in the world. It's a cycle. This development is a cycle. It's a 4-year cycle. At the moment, there is a cycle that is running now. That is one that's starting from 2023 to 2026. It's always a 4-year cycle. So there's 23, 24, 25, and 26. And after that, now this cycle, a budget is made. I don't want to be wrong here, but I think you're talking about $8 million that is available for a federation that requests for it. I think it's split into two. One is into finances, and the other one is for the infrastructure itself. I think it's 5 for finance, for management, and 3 for infrastructure. I'm not very sure. I don't want to, but it's split in that way. So that means that FIFA already makes this available. Nigeria might not benefit too much from this. One, why? Because maybe we're not asking. Or secondly, maybe because we don't want to accept to be audited. Or thirdly, maybe because we are, in reality, a very wealthy nation. You
Maybe.
you can't expect FIFA to sponsor Nigeria when Timbuktu need a stadium.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic about it. Edema is a vested man. Edema Folodu is an African winner. We won it together in 1994. And at one time, I think he was the vice president of the Delta Football Association. So the question is asking, I find it very interesting because I feel this is something that is hurting him for his community because he wants development for the Delta region. So I hope this clarifies in the mind of everybody why maybe you might not be getting some development in your infrastructure.
Well, I feel like maybe in general, Nigeria as a nation, and I'm just using Nigeria as an example, where we can see how infrastructures and even development has been lagging for a while now. And it seems like there are no consequences.
Well, for there to be change, the people have to ask for change. Nobody will give you change freely because the way things are suits people that are in charge. And it will stay like that. For there to be a change, it is people who doesn't suit that have to aspire or require or ask for it. One of the greatest eyesores that I have, and it's a particular spot where I avoid visiting. Sometimes even driving past it, if I can avoid it, I do it when I'm in Lagos. Is the National Stadium in Lagos at Surulere.
Yeah.
This is where I had probably the greatest moments in my lifetime serving Nigeria. And when once, I think it was like 10 years ago, I was there and I saw the state of the stadium.
Yeah.
I just broke down when I saw it. If you look at us trying to build other structures, when you have such a national treasure standing there and it's not catered for, it will be difficult to ask somebody to say, I need some grant when they know we have something available. Because other nations don't even have this. Every country in the world, you have a kind of like a gladiator's den in football. Every country coming to play, they are going to this den. Every country has it. The United Kingdom, they talk about Wembley.
Yeah.
If you talk about the Germans, they talk about the Berlin Stadium.
Yeah.
For us, it used to be National Stadium Surulere. The opponents knew when they were coming there, they will celebrate the draw. The defeat was there. In fact, in the 10 years I served Nigeria there, I played for Nigeria for 10 years and I did not lose one game in 90 minutes in that stadium.
Wow. That's a massive record.
Not one. We did not lose one in that stadium. In fact, all through my career, we did not lose one game in Nigeria. So we had also our own den.
Yeah.
But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, true.
Hello, Sunday.
Hi, Sunday, it's me, Arndt. And these are my kids from the G Juniors from FC Kickers. And they want to know how to become a great player like you and how does it feel to be a gold medal winner at the Olympic Games. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you're hooked on these incredible stories and want more epic insights, smash that like button. Subscribe now to our podcast channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Share with your friends and join our community on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, X, and Facebook for exclusive updates and more unforgettable tales. Now let's get back to the episode.
I mean, I love the fact that they were quite specific. A great player like you. We have average players, good players, great players. There are different rankings to these things, So, of course, what does it take to become a great player? Look at likes of Ronaldo and Messi still playing at their age. So, what does it take to become a great player and like you?
Well, I'm very, very flattered by this. Coming from Germany, personally, first of all, I must congratulate Mr. Ant for the work he's doing because it's very selfless when you're coaching kids. You don't get paid. And it's more like out of passion and out of love. And like I have one coach, Coach Olu. I never forget him. He's dead now, may so rest in peace, because he was one of those that coached us when we were kids.
Okay.
But along the way, I've forgotten a lot of coaches I met afterwards. But Coach Olu, no. In answering Ant's question, if you're going to be a great player, you have to do something other players are not doing. You have to do great things quietly. Nobody is born with greatness. You have the talent, you have the quality, but you have to bring out the greatness that is inside of you. Exactly, we are all not born with the same talent. But the one that discovers their own talent are the ones that lead the world. So if you're going to be a great player, first of all, you have to love the game.
I'm taking notes.
From my own personal experience, there is almost impossible a time that I'm walking, or I'm talking, or I'm doing things, and I'm not thinking football. It reduced when I stopped playing. To be a great player for these kids, what I will advise Anne to do is give them freedom to play. Guide them what is right, what is wrong, but give them freedom to express themselves. And one of the best ways to become a great player is competition. Always compete. If you keep competing with people that are better than you, you will get better.
Yeah.
If you compete with people that are less, you will stagnate. Because to improve and get better, you need to have an objective to get better than you were yesterday. If I keep playing people that I beat on a daily basis, I will not want to improve because it's enough to beat them anyway. But if I lose this week, next week I'm trying to do more so that I can win.
Yeah.
And each time you get better, go to the next step, go to the next step. Those are one of the circuits you have to look at. There are so many of them along the line, but for people like Anne who are working with kids, give them the freedom to play, let them be creative, guide them, channel them, and it is very important to make the kids love watching football because kids have to grow up trying to imitate somebody.
Yeah.
I grew up trying to imitate Pelé. That was always my dream. Because
even as a DM?
But I didn't start my career as a DM.
Oh.
I started my career as a number 10. And in fact, it was when I got to Europe that they made me into a DM.
A DM.
I started my career as a number 10. So I was creative. And that's one of the secrets why I was very good at passing the ball because I was doing it already then.
Yeah.
So I just went one step backwards and just kept on passing. You must have somebody that you adore and you want to imitate. But that person has to be very great because you might not meet them, but the fact that they are very great, they will push you into greatness.
Yeah. And so personally, how did it feel to win an Olympic gold medal back in Atlanta 96?
So you see, the order, it is difficult to understand how beautiful it is winning Olympics gold unless you've won it. If it is those 18 players who did win it, they are the only ones that can explain to you how we felt. Personally, you feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah.
Especially before they give you the gold medal. Before they give you the gold medal, the three flags will start rising at the same time. The third place will stop. The other two will continue. The second place will stop. And the first place will climb up and stay there.
Okay.
That was what they did for us. I was blown away with it. And Athens. That's to just see Brazil rise and stop.
Yeah.
Argentina continue to rise with us and stop. And then we in Nigeria rise and be at the top and pick up the gold medal. That's why I said it's difficult to explain, but it's one of the greatest, in fact, it's the greatest title I won in my career as a soccer player.
Awesome.
My name is Morakinyo Abodunrin. I work with the Nation newspaper in Nigeria. Your generation of players in the Super Eagles are usually referred to as the Golden Generation, having done so much and so well for the country in the 1990s. Fortunately, we have seen some of you make the transition from players to coaches, and I'm talking about late Stephen Keshi, Austin Eguavoin, Samson Siasia, Emmanuel Amunike, as well as you, Sunday Oliseh. With continual agitation that Nigerian football administrators are performing poorly over time, when are we likely to see some of you from that golden generation of footballers take up the mantle of leadership of the NFF?
I feel like Morakinyo is speaking for most Nigerians, if not every Nigerian. Usually, most of the time, when even myself on air, on radio, talking with my colleagues, we're always talking about how we prefer those who have played the game, those who know what it feels like, to be at the helm of affairs. We've seen it in Europe. Platini played football, Ferin played football, and the likes. You know them already. These guys are, now at the helms of affairs. They are in administration. They know what it's like. They know what the players need. They know how to protect the players and structures put in place to help and to make sure the game continues to grow and improve. Now, how can we step up? How can your generation, the golden generation, just like you mentioned, the likes of maybe JJ Okocha, Kanu and co, even yourself, step up to lead the NFF and drive that real change? Is there a struggle here, or when will your generation now step up? That, okay, enough is enough.
Well, the Super Eagles, the golden generation of Nigerian football, will not lead Nigerian football because they won't let us. It's a hijacked leadership. It's very, very simple. The mistake people are making is to think that the Federation of Nigerian football, they have been inefficient just for the past few years. No, it's always been like that. The difference with now and then was that then we had players who could win titles in spite of the Federation. Now we don't have the players collectively enough to be able to do that. Now the country needs a federation that is performing. And since they have not been performing, that's why the country is in this state. It will only change, not the Super Eagles players that will say, not the legends that will say it's enough. This will only change when Nigerian people, our people say, enough is enough. You can never make yourself king. People make you king.
Yeah.
Because they know you will serve their interest. It's up to Nigerians.
But they've been making themselves king.
Well, the way I see it, because who am I? I don't know everything, is that there are more good people in this world than bad people. But the only problem is that the bad ones are acting and the good ones are quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
The bad ones are the loudest and the good ones are saying, I don't have time to be, I'll be quiet.
Want trouble.
I don't want trouble. So then the bad ones will continue to reign it. But when the good ones all of a sudden look, our survival depends now on the bad ones leaving, then it happens immediately. Yeah. We saw it with the Arab Spring, we saw it with everything. Once they say, no, enough is enough now because we are in majority, it stops. We keep taking the golden generation for granted. The golden generation did not do what they did by mistake. God sends a group of people to every nation at a certain time. We were fortunate to be the ones he set at that time. We were 22 at the time, 6 are gone. There's 16 left. The 16 will not be there forever. One day we'll all go, myself included. So if we are not going to use it to salvage our football, they will all go with their talent. Yekini had a secret. Rashidi Yekini had the master plan, secret to score goals. He took it with him to the grave. He never shared it with anybody because they did not put him in a situation where he could share it.
Yeah.
So I feel that coming to manage Nigerian football, it's not as if it's something that the ex don't want to do, but it's because the statutes that have been set up by the Federation have been set up to protect a certain class and bar a certain class from being part of it. That is not FIFA who sets up the statutes. It is the nation itself that decides what the statutes will be for them to decide the process of coming into leadership in your football. And the ones who were there when they set up the statutes have made it in a way that it protects certain group of people and it bars certain group of people from coming in. So unless the country itself says enough is enough, we will continue to struggle. It's hard to say.
So what's the first step to making sure we change some of these rules that have been put in place to push out those who want to at least try and get into administration?
You see, football is a part of our society, but it is not the major part of it. It's sports. We elect people to rule the nation. Those ones rule over everything, and that's the government. When the government decides that enough is enough, the federation will stop. The problem will stop. If our government says that now they are not going to incriminate bad management and failures in football, it will stop.
Or failed administration.
It will stop. It will stop immediately. It's like that. Because the intervention in football matters is something FIFA bars. FIFA is against it. The government should not interfere in football management. But how you run your society, it is not FIFA who decides it for you. You decide it yourself.
Hello, Skipo, and hello to your co-hosts who have been doing a great job with you. Skipo, I always know you to be a pragmatic person and a technocrat when it comes to football. Please, I want you to dwell on these two issues. One, what is your opinion about the Nigerian Football Federation publicly criticizing two Nigerian players, the captain and owner, that their low performance contributed to the results we got at the last two World Cup qualifier? My second question to you, Skipo, is this. There is this news going on in the country that your estimate, JJ Okocha, want to contest for the position of NFF president. What are his likely chances of getting there, and what are the support he's likely to get from you and your other estimates?
I mean, I agree. The outrage that press release got when it hit the social media and all that, and we saw the names of Cyrus Dessers and William Troost-Ekong was really sad to see. We just played 2 qualifier games and they were terrible. But then again, what's your take? Should a federation ever call out players like that in public?
I think these are great questions that Mr. Rashid Abioye just asked. And that shows that he's somebody who's passionate, who's following the podcast.
Yeah.
And we thank people like
Yeah.
him for it.
Yeah.
So you see, before I even explain this, now I'm going to take your jacket and put it on. And I will ask you a question. Ever since this statement was made against these players, how many Super Eagles players have come out to defend their colleagues and have made comments about it?
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
No, for just 1 minute, please. Now you are Sunday. So please answer. How many of them have come out to make comments?
I'm not really sure I've seen any of them, any posts so far to condemn such.
That is your problem. Football is a team sport.
Yeah.
And so from that alone, you already know why this Super Eagles is not performing. Your captain scored an own goal while trying to defend. It's not as if he took the ball with his hand and put it inside. He was trying to defend. He scored an own goal. Dessers, who was one of the instrumental players that helped us win 3 days before, they are being criticized after you lost the game. Now they are shifting the blame away from management and putting it on the players. They attack these players, and the Super Eagles players, none of them have said anything. So it's as if they even deserve being criticized because they are not standing as a team. They are not backing their leader. This is what destroyed Super Eagles in 2002. Look, when they did it in 2002, have we all forgotten that the punishment that we got immediately was that 2006 we didn't qualify? It became the first time that Nigeria did not qualify for the World Cup in almost 20 years, 2006. And that's when the national team started degrading. So the point I'm just trying to make out here, to you see, is this. When a member of your team is challenged, they are shifting the blame on you now. That is because of you guys, Nigeria is not going to the next World Cup.
Yeah.
And it has been revealed that for almost 30 games, true or false, half of it complete or not, that the players have not been paid match bonuses. So you have not been paid match bonuses. You are being criticized. And you don't have enough guts to come out and make your own clear. In this modern age of social media, where you don't need the mainstream media to put your own opinions out there.
What if they're afraid of just being X'd from the national team? Because
then you don't deserve to be in the national team in the first place. Okay. You can't be playing Super Eagles and being afraid of not being invited. Then you don't deserve to be there. You play the Super Eagles based on the fact that you know you're good enough. You are a footballer. You are judged by how you perform, not by what you say or how you make people feel. You are judged by how you perform.
Well, all right. That was a strong round of questions there. And thank you to everyone who sent them in. Now, while Nigeria keeps sweating, the rest of Europe hasn't been quiet either. Let's zoom out and check the biggest headlines across the leagues. Something interesting is happening right now because José Mourinho is on the move again, fresh off the Fenerbahce and already making headlines. What's your take on the special one's move to Benfica? Of course, yesterday he already won his first game 3-0 against Football SAD, and so far so good. Let's see what's going on with Jose.
The special one.
Yeah, the special one.
You see, talking about José Mourinho always brings me to laughing because most followers of José Mourinho are passionate.
Yeah.
If you're objective about José Mourinho, some would think it's a personal attack.
Like staunch followers.
It's staunch followers. That is because Mourinho does not have. There is no in between with Mourinho.
In between.
It's either you like Mourinho or you don't like him.
Or you don't love him.
Love him or hate him. So if we already analyzed it extensively in one of our last podcasts, but I invite our followers to click and just and go check it out because that is even more comprehensive. Now, him going back to Benfica, for me, it was strange. When I heard he was going to Benfica, I was totally shocked. In fact, I was thinking he was going to be vying to go to Nottingham Forest at the time. So it was very strange because he had just been eliminated by Benfica.
Yeah, by Benfica.
As coach of Fenerbahce.
From the UEFA.
So he was, and then some weeks after, the players who eliminated him are the ones that he's going to be managing now. I think there is a strong possibility that Jose will do well. Okay. I think where Jose will have problems is when he goes out of Portugal. Already he's going to be playing, I think he's playing Chelsea very soon.
Chelsea,
In the
yes,
in the in the
Chelsea.
Champions League. That will be
Yeah,
a big
Chelsea,
test of
Real
how
Madrid too.
exactly. That will be a big test of how we to go there. But like I will still have this strong belief that Jose Mourinho has to take from the books of Alex Ferguson. People call Alex Ferguson as the greatest manager ever. Now, let me break it down for you how Alex Ferguson works. Sometimes Alex Ferguson does not come to the training pitch with the players until Thursday.
Okay.
The game is on Saturday. They started training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But sometimes he comes to the pitch only on Thursday to watch them train. Now, he's a manager. They have a coach that coaches the team. So he's not physically coaching them day in, day out, but he manages it. That's what Alex Ferguson did for years. In fact, that is the coaching style in the Premier League. So what he does is that he picks younger coaches. They do the day-to-day work, and he does the finishing. That is how he worked. Jose Mourinho does not work like this. Guardiola does not work like this. Arsene Wenger did not work like this. These coaches practically were there day in, day out working with the team.
Well, you've coached at the top level. What's the biggest challenge for a manager like Jose Mourinho, especially when he enters the Benfica dressing room in 2025? Jose Mourinho in Benfica.
Well, one advantage he has is that he's back home.
Yeah,
he's in his own country. When you're a son of the soil, it's good. It also guarantees you coaching jobs. That is why you can't see any African coach coaching anywhere in Europe. Secondly, the fact that he's coming back to a club where he started from, it's also an advantage for him. I think that. But the only thing that I feel that might not work in his favor is that he's no longer the Mourinho that he was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Whereby every player looked at him as if he's going to bring me something new. He's going to take me somewhere. You know, people, there are doubts now. Whereas then, there were no doubts. The biggest challenge Mourinho will face will be taking on European clubs in the Champions League. Because that is where you have the highest level of tactics in the world.
Yeah. So the quality of Benfica might not be able to match up to that of the top clubs in Europe.
As regards the tactics and the game plan.
All right. Away from Jose Mourinho, Spain right now looks quite spicy. Xabi Alonso has taken over at Real Madrid. Hansi Flick is still steering the Barcelona side. And Diego Simeone is still grinding it out with Atletico Madrid. How do you see these three-way title fights playing out? And which of this manager style excites you the most?
Premier League is the most spectacular league in the world, but the Spanish league is my favorite league. When I go to Spain, I practically go to the stadiums to watch the games.
So why is the Spanish league your favorite?
My dear, if you are someone who loves the game as regards tactics and passing and providing antidotes, playing a tactics, a formation against a formation, the Spanish league is your school. Even the third or fourth division teams, they try to play like Barcelona.
Rayo Vallecano, Levante.
Now you're talking to yourself. Please continue. Please, I caught you. Please continue calling names.
Even you can even mention the likes of Eibar. When it comes to the Spanish La Liga, they are very tough teams.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Because I don't want to be the only one.
No, please. You have the floor.
No, because that is what I experience every time I go there. I enjoy it, and it's happening. So the Spanish league is entertaining. It's so much fun, so much. Be it the way they make throw-ins, be it the way they play free kicks, be it the way they try to outmaneuver the opposition. You see it there. It's working real time. That is why I find it that great. And the fact that Xavi Alonso played in Spain, played in Germany, excelled in both leagues, was a player who played under top coaches like Guardiola, like Mourinho.
Even Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah.
Thank you. And even don't forget this man is a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
So he's not just he's a player who has and he's done so great also as a coach in Leverkusen. Coming to Real Madrid, he's coming back to a club that he played at.
Yeah.
So and he's coming back home, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
So the advantage is all there for him. And I'm very optimistic for this young man because he shows tactically he's very, very solid. And I don't want to jump the gun. The way I'm seeing Mbappe moving this season, there is a difference to it. And I think that that will play a big role.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Now in Germany, of course, Bayern Munich won the trophy last season, and it looks like they're on their way to do so this season too as well. They've won every game so far, so good. Harry Kane is on fire. He has scored, I think now 13 goals in all competitions this season. That's crazy numbers for a striker. When did the league just start? But then again, from your own perspective, why has the German league kind of just lost its attractiveness, in less than a decade?
Well, I think the domination of Bayern Munich,
No.
the suspense is gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my own joy when I watch the German league is that my club is back in the first division. That is FC Cologne.
Oh.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so me, I'm celebrating in a way. The German league is still as solid as it used to be.
Okay.
It's just that, it is no longer attracting viewers because of the one-sidedness of it. Let me give you an example. Last week, there was a Champions League game.
Yeah.
And you had the champions of Turkey, Galatasaray, taking on Frankfurt, who were not champions of Germany. And the game ended 5-1 for Frankfurt. Now, that already tells you that a team that is not the best in Germany plays the champions from Turkey and totally alienates them by 5-1. That result was like that because our own boy, Osimhen, did not play. So I think he will have certainly helped them mitigate the damage.
Yeah, very true. But you mentioned Frankfurt. Their recent success somehow has it not surprised you? Sort of. I think in 2022 they won the Europa League with Oliver Glasner. By the way,
well, Frankfurt has not surprised me because, unknown to most people, Frankfurt is one of the most dynamic cities in the whole of Germany. Yeah, in fact, it is there that you find the biggest international airport in Germany.
Okay.
Frankfurt as a city is vibrant, and anywhere you have vibrant and a collection of different kind of cultures and quality, you always have quality football. It's one of the secrets to having top footballers. That is why the movement of football away from Lagos is one of the deaths of Nigeria's football. But that's a topic for another day, my dear.
All right, moving away from Germany now, we'll be traveling through Frankfurt to Italy. And then, of course, there's this merry-go-round of managers. It's like in the Italian league, they just shuffle themselves. It's like a big family mafia, Italian family mafia there, where they say, okay, you're done with this year, your tenure is done, move on to the next club. And, they're not leaving Italy, they're just moving and passing themselves around. Inter have a new manager, by the way, someone different, is not Italian. Christian Kivu used to play in the Italian league. Juve, Igor Tudor is there now.
My
Atalanta, Atalanta, they have Ivan Juric. Roma now has Gasperini. And then, of course, AC Milan has Max Allegri coming back. Well, all these clubs, welcoming new bosses. Which of these appointments stands out as a potential game changer for you? And who do you think would obviously or probably hit the ground running?
The Italian league is difficult to pinpoint who's going to be champions because it's like you rightfully said, it's just like cards are changing. So we have to look at who has the biggest hand now. The Italian football is going through a crisis. They've been going through it since 2006. Ever since the Juventus scandal, they've been going through it. The major problem they are having is the fact that in the past, when Italy dominated the world, I played there for 2 years. Now, most games, when we were training, when I played at Juventus, also at Reggiana, when we were training during the week, we hardly prepared as if we wanted to score more goals. Our preparation is always be solid defensively and let them make one mistake. We punish them for it, and they will never get a chance to come out of it.
To score.
So that is the mentality, and that's the mentality they used to dominate world football for years. But the world now has been able to create an antidote to this. But the Italians are still struggling, getting away from that structure of football. Now you must be more creative. Now you must take more risks. And that is somehow still not imbibed into their new culture.
Okay. All right. Before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to share with the fans?
Well, this episode, I really wanted to do this episode because I've had so many questions ever since we started this podcast.
Pending. Yeah.
And I must really thank everyone for the acceptance they've given us. Now, I have decided that every time questions are sent in, video questions are sent in into this podcast, the one that I find the most fascinating one and the most resourceful one, I will give them a present.
Yeah,
For this
nice.
For this episode, I am giving out, this is a copy of my autobiography, The Audacity to Refuse. I am giving out 11 copies of this, symbolic of 11 players from football, to the team of and Bergman, him and his kids in Germany. For the question they sent in as regards wanting to become great players. And I like the way the enthusiasm from the kids. So I will be shipping up 11 copies to them for free to congratulate them for
and encourage
being
them.
passionate followers of this podcast. So this one is going out to them this week. In the future, it could be you just sending something nice, and you never know.
Yeah, you never know. All right, what a ride from Nigerian football politics to Europe's biggest storylines. Before we sign off, again, a quick shout out to our fans for fueling this conversation. That was wonderful. You guys keep the game alive, definitely. And thank you for listening and watching this particular video. Don't worry, we'll be here next time for a new episode, interesting one, and of course, exciting one. And then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, we'll be doing our best to make sure we continue to give you interesting content and interesting topics.